Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. It is Romani. I am super greasy right now because it's actually very late. I just got out the shower and I just did my nighttime face routine, but I just really felt like making this video because it was on my heart, and when I feel like that, then I just feel like somebody needs to hear it. So if you need to just hear a message about doing what's best for yourself and protecting your energy, then you are in the right place. So I want to just start off by saying that you always have to do what is best for you, because this is your life. This is the only life that you are going to get, and you are the only person living your version of this experience. Now, of course, this has some restrictions. So don't unintentionally, unprovokingly harm somebody physically, mentally, emotionally. Don't like put out negative things. But if you're doing what's best for you and this is the path that you're meant to go in, that is what I'm talking about. Now, with anything that you do in life and any new path you're trying to take, there's gonna be some pushback in your life, especially if people have known you for a while. So this can be old friends, family, anybody who's known you for, well, anybody who knows you for real. When you're on the road to transformation and change and new opportunities, it may make some people around you feel a little uncomfortable because it can seem as if you're outgrowing them. 9 times out of 10, they're not going to tell you that they feel this way. They're just going to unintentionally or intentionally sabotage you. And this can look like downplaying whatever opportunity you have, or distracting you, telling you that you don't need to do something that will help you get to that next goal, and even causing you to doubt yourself and doubt the plans that you knew were specifically made for you. But just because people aren't growing in the direction that you're growing in, so we're not going to say that they're not growing, you guys are just growing into separate directions. Just because that's happening doesn't mean that you should hold yourself back, because when you do that, then you're not happy. Yeah, the other person may be happy because at that point you're stagnant and you're close to them. They have the company that they need, but at that same time you're not growing, and you're constantly revolving yourself in a level that you know that you've outgrown. So you're repeating the same habits, you're hanging around the same people, you're just doing the same things that you've maybe outgrown so long ago, and it's going to make you super uncomfortable, because when it's time for us to level up, we get very uncomfortable in the chapter that we're in. But don't make everybody else feel good by staying around and then you feel terrible inside. You have to write down what your highest self, your best self, whatever that is, you have to write down exactly what that person needs and exactly what that person does, and you have to eliminate anything that doesn't serve that, which may sound a little harsh to other people. And because it may sound harsh, people will try to guilt you into staying the same, but don't let guilt stop you, and you're only going to feel guilty for a little bit. You have to think about what you're gaining and not what you're losing. So you may be quote unquote losing friendships, family relationships, and even romantic relationships, but on the other hand, if you're gaining peace, a sense of direction, and just new opportunities coming your way, did you really lose anything? And should you really feel guilty for getting a better life for yourself? Do not let people guilt you into staying the same just because they're afraid to change. Nobody is more entitled to your time and to you other than you. So if you need to take a step back and get you together so that you can go forward and live your best life, then that's what you have to do. But allowing people to make you feel guilty and just sitting where you've always sat, just being the same person that you've always been, and not allowing yourself room for transformation is very selfish of you to you. And even though people may sabotage our dreams or try to sabotage us moving forward, it is also important to never be upset with these people, but just gracefully exit or lovingly distance yourself. People can only meet you as far as they've met themselves. So somebody who can't even understand their individual journey is not going to be able to understand your individual journey. So as I said earlier, it may not even be intentional, them trying to sabotage you, and they may not even know that they're doing it, but you recognize it because you probably know that you would never do that to them if they were trying to change. But even still, just know that even if it is intentional, some people just really just don't know. They don't know themselves. They don't know how to let people go do them. A lot of people don't know. A lot of people need people around them to survive, and a lot of people have never been supported, so they're not even able to support you in ways that you need. So at the end of the day, just be understanding when it comes to them. Don't let them hold you back. Understand it, but you go do what you need to do. But just be understanding and know that you can have a little bit of compassion for people, in that for people who are in that situation, because they're just not in tune with themselves, and so that means that they're just not in tune with the world and the people around them, and those people usually never grow, or it takes them so long to grow. So be happy that you got it right now. You realize that you need to go out and just transform and live your life. Be thankful, because everybody doesn't get that, especially not super early in life. So yeah, lovingly distance yourself if you know that being in certain situations is going to bring you back to a person who you don't want to be. Don't put yourself in those situations, and just really think logically, because sometimes we make things harder than they need to be. You know how to protect your peace. You know how to cut off things that doesn't serve you, and you don't even got to cut them off. Like I said, lovingly distance yourself, but you know what to do. So don't make it harder than it needs to be, and do what's best for you. Don't think about anybody else. This is your season. This is your selfish season. These are your selfish years, and it is time for us to level up. But okay, guys, I'm about to go to bed now. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I really hope I was preaching to somebody, because I was on here preaching. I hope that you really got what I was saying, and I hope that you guys just really do well in life. Have a good night.